Thank you so much. And now, the English translation. Here we are. It's the PDW-F800. This camera is amazing. It's coming out of Sony. This is the disc-based version of the PDW-F900. As Alessia noted, George Lucas and Robert Rodriguez were the filmmakers that sort of pioneered the F900. This is the Cinealta line of camera, which means it's Sony's absolute highest quality in the 2/3 inch line. It's got 3 CCDs, full resolution 1920 by 1080, gonna make a gorgeous picture. But outside of all that, it's got a couple amazing features brand new to the XDCam HD line. First of all, you gotta know, it's recording to discs, all right? So no more tapes and no more memory cards. It's very important that you realize the XDCam HD line of disc-based cameras kind of bridges the gap, because memory cards are great for digital file access. No fast forwarding, no rewinding. You have immediate access of all your files. But memory cards are kind of tough to deal with. You might be sick of hard drives. You might be sick of hard drives failing on you. So how do you bridge the gap? How do you get some kind of media that you can hand off to your client that's cheap enough to sort of buy by the dozen, shoot, and turn over to your client at the end of the day, or even more importantly, archive yourself on the shelf? Well, that's the XDCam HD line. They record to basically the professional version of the Blu-ray disc. It's encased in plastic, and Sony warranties the XDCam disc for 50 years. So what does that mean? You record your footage 49 years later. If the disc is broken, Sony's going to give you a new one. Pretty awesome. All right. Thank you. So the codec that this camera is capable of recording in, 50 megabits per second. 422 color space. That's a step above their other electronic file media, right? That was all 420, 35 megabits a second. You can record at 50 megabits per second in the 422 color space. It accepts dual-layered discs. When you're recording on a dual-layered disc, 90 minutes of record time. So that's the highest resolution, the highest bit rate. When you've got a dual-layered disc, a full soccer game, 90 minutes. How are we doing on questions from the internet, Sherry? Can we turn to Sherry Hill just for a moment? We've got a question coming in from the internet.
Thanks for asking, Jesse. First of all, we've had lots of comments about how dapper you look this evening.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
On your first-year anniversary.
All right.
Your Midtown crew is very proud of you.
Thank you.
And it's a real treat to have all of your knowledge with us every day.
Thanks,
so
guys.
congratulations.
What's the question?
There were 2 questions. I want to bounce back to the tripod for just a minute.
Go
Are
ahead.
there level bubbles on those tripods?
Are there level bubbles? The level bubbles are LED lit. Really cool. Of course, you've got the claw and ball system to get it exactly level, and if it's dark, you hit the button, bing, and it glows.
Good, good, thanks. And then LL Cool J Cufflinks,
Okay.
a documentary producer, would like to know what are the best benefits of this camera, which I know you're going through, but if you wanted to highlight the best benefits of this camera
I would say
as
number
you're
one
doing.
is the codec, all right? 422 color space, 50 megabit per second, very high data rate, very sensitive in low light, and you get that awesome archivable piece of media that at the end of the day you can stick on the shelf and come back to later. It's not a hard drive that's going to fail on you. It's not a P2 card or an S/S card that's so expensive you can't hand it over to your client at the end of the day. It's a nice digital piece of media that you can actually hand over or stick on the shelf. Those are the far and away the highlights of the camera. However, there are so many more cool things about this camera, so bear with me just a little longer while we talk about some of them.